Welcome to the never-ending snowboard gear polyamory quest that is the Good Ride. Today we got two dudes, a table, and a shit ton of sunglasses, all from Smith. We're primarily talking about their mountaineering, snow-friendly, uphill and downhill-friendly travel sunglasses. We're going to talk about the Pursuit, but next to it we have the Embark and the Venture. And these are three of their main mountaineering sunglasses, and all three have a different type feel.
Yep.
What we're going to start out with is this Pursuit. We tested all of these going uphill and down. We each have a personal favorite. First off, we'll talk about the Pursuit. I'm just going to show you this fit on my face. And one thing I've noticed is my schnoz is just a little longer than the nose protector, so it kind of sticks out. It's like this weird peekaboo.
You're like a Goodwill Batman.
Yeah.
It like doesn't quite fit perfect.
I got it at the Bruce Wayne estate sale. And so if I wore this, I would have to sunblock the hell out of the bottom of my nose. Otherwise, that part would get fried and the rest wouldn't.
Yeah, and getting burnt right under the nose and the bottom right there is kind of brutal too.
Yeah.
Inside the nostrils.
And then you can also notice there is a gap here. And for me, that was quite problematic because even with my hood on, the snow was coming up, bouncing off my head and coming down into this lens here. So not only would it add to the potential fogging capability inside, which I think Smith sunglasses are the best for anti-fog, and they have an anti-fogging coating there.
Yep.
But when you get moisture inside all of these lenses, not these are just regular sunglasses, so you can get a reference of what they look like in comparison to these mountaineering sunglasses. And these are our Lowdown 2 Slim and Lowdown. But I found that this Pursuit let too much fog and snow in, and it would stick to that sticky inside, that anti-fog coating, and then it would actually make it worse. I was hoping there was a way to remove these pieces or be able to push them out a little more like that to get a little closer fit, and you can, but it's still pretty far back. So I can't get rid of the gap, and I definitely need a good wide-brimmed hat to cover this, to go uphill with this. And I don't go uphill with a hat. I sweat too much as it is. Are you feeling the same distance?
These things are made to go fast. I'll tell you that much right off the bat. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of space right here. Which
there's probably like almost a half an inch.
Yeah, and you kind of need a Neanderthal brow to really fill these out. And I'm not sure if that's by design, that they're hoping it's going to add for extra breathability and for heat to escape up through that part. For me, I normally am always wearing a brimmed hat when I'm out split boarding or snowboarding for that matter. And I don't know if it would be as much of an issue for the snow coming down because I have that brim protection. But, sometimes too, when goggles have most of their venting technology on the top, that brimmed hat will definitely trap that air in there. It can cause me to get some fogging going. So I would be curious to see if I would fog those up on a long, cold split board morning.
And then just to compare against my Embark, which have a much tighter fit right here. I've traveled uphill a lot. These are the ones I own, and these are my personal favorites. And you can see there's almost no gap here. I never have any problem of snow coming down and around and inside, especially when I have these on. Like if I were to put on my Lowdown 2 Slims, shit gets in everywhere on a snowy day. And then in comparison to the Venture, another really tight seal, and I really like this extra part here that goes along the bridge. You can see that it really seals up the top there, and then you add these side protectors, and so not only does it reduce glare on a really bright day, but on a super stormy day, this just really blocks things well.
I snowboarded in these for a couple days. One was a pretty windy, sunny day on Bachelor, And yeah, these side blockers, of the three, you definitely have the most peripheral vision impairment, but it's not enough to make it dangerous to snowboard in these at all. I think these sit the best on the face. I really do like this nose piece right here. I'll hold that out for everybody. And you can see that just comes out real easy when you want to put these in casual mode, but when you want to have them in sport mode with the sides up or just this on, that's a real easy piece to just snap right in there.
And one thing to mention, what I actually love the most about the Pursuit is this attachment here is magnet. With the Embark and the Venture, they have a little sticky thing that has to pop into a hole here. It's well built and it's going to last a long time, but over time I'd rather have a magnet because eventually these things will wear down. But what's really cool about all three of these is they're detachable just like that, and then voila, it becomes a normal sunglass, maybe with a little extra inside right here, but that's kind of cool. So I could wear these if I wanted to in the summer instead of my lowdowns, or when I'm not going uphill and I don't want that glare reduction, and you just want to be able to fold this like this without having to pop this and then fold, which I always find it's an extra chore and kind of a pain in the ass. That's a really cool feature. It's a little harder to put back in, but it's very doable. And this has that same pop out, but I really love this magnet.
I think when it comes to this little tab, miniature sticking out tab piece that goes in, I could see if you're out on a real rimy day where you're getting a lot of ice buildup around your glasses and your face area, I could see this actually ending up being an issue over the magnet. I could see working through some rimy ice buildup a lot better than this. I feel like if you get some snow in between here and the little hole that this is going to go into, you could have a hard time getting that to actually stick.
Should we do a quick change?
Yeah, show them how to do it, because that's confusing when you don't know what you're doing and you're standing in the parking lot and you're on top of a lift trying to figure it out. It took us a good 10 minutes at least to figure that out.
Yeah, it is definitely confusing. This attachment here goes in on these two things right here, and then you put this on top of it.
But this piece is also detachable right here, so you have to first attach this piece that's protruding to then loop this around that protruding piece. It's protruding piece, nose clip, and then the clamp on the outside to hold it down.
Yeah, and the way you get it is with this on. So you get it with these already on and this on it. So first, I think you go like that and then like that. So then that's how you get it. One of the things that I love about Smith is they just don't fog as easy as almost any other sunglass, any other goggle out there. And I thought with these being a hybrid goggle sunglass combo, these might fog up less than my Embarks. And they did, but only by a little bit. And what I found is I just fog up everything. For me, I really wish this had a better way to get a snugger fit. But I will say what's cool is the ability to change lenses. You get this really cool pouch and you get interchangeable lenses, so you can order extra lenses. So on a just white out stormy day, you can put these on and get snow protection. But what I love about this photochromic red is that it has really good low light. The only thing I don't like about photochromic is the minute the light goes from really low to low medium, you start to get a lot more tint. You're like, whoa, stop there. This is photochromic red. They call this photochromic blue copper. I found that this looks a little more gray, a little more neutral in low light, where this has a little bit more of a amber type look to it in the morning. Both really do well in super low light, especially when you're in your car driving up to the mountain. Then when the sun hits this and the photochromic sensors are fully engaged in it, darkens up, this has a much more blue tint, where this still has a little hint of that amber look to it. So they both adapt very well to different lights, but I think that the way it adapts goes too much too early, and then it takes a while for it to come back down after it does. So sometimes I find myself with all Smith photochromic lenses, having my lens a little too dark when I'd rather have it a little lighter. But overall, it's an amazing compromise because you're getting 7 to 45% variable light transmission. That's massive. You know, this one's at like what, 15? And
Yeah,
it's just
so.
stuck at that. And so that's very cool. It really feels more true to life, where these have more of a fun color to them, while not being too fun, too out of control. So that's my take there.
Yeah, I think another really cool piece of tech is that strap on the back. Since these are adventure glasses, this trusty little miniature strap, the same thing you get on the back of your Smith snowboard goggles. So if anybody's familiar with those, you'll know how to work this. Real easy sliding. And these just pop in on the back of all of these, actually, that have the detachable, attachable adventure features. They just have two little easy pieces right here. You pop them in there, and then now you got this amazing little strap on the back. You can have it loose, so you can just have them hanging around your neck. But the other day when I was riding with these on the mountain, I had this strap nice and tight, and it held the glasses to my face like a snowboard goggle, like a nice tight snowboard goggle fit. I could have crashed it.
You could have eaten a lot of shit.
I could have eaten a huge pile of shit, and those glasses weren't going anywhere. This strap is a perfect fit to my head, and when you do it all the way tight, the glasses are on your face like a pair of goggles. And I think that is just massive for snowboarding, going downhill, mountain biking, any type of adventure that you're gonna go on with these glasses. I've had a lot of other ones, but they're not quite as secure. This strap on the back, when you do that fully tight, it's a pretty good size, and it sits nice on the back of your head instead of just two thin straps of like strands of whatever fabric you're using for a normal glasses holder. So I thought that was a good piece of tech.
The Pursuit case is so cool. It's actually a case you can take with you because it's thin enough, where what we get with the Venture and the Embark, you get this case. So if you compare the two, you can see like one is actually really easy, especially when the sunglasses aren't in there, to carry in your snowboard jacket, where this one, it's a bit bulky. It's more for your bag and not really your jacket. So I love the adaptation of this and the fact that it can hold one extra lens like you see here. So I think this is a very well thought out case. I would say, other than the gap Davey and I both experience and no real way to close that gap, these lens goggle hybrids are a really amazing solution, especially if you're out in the backcountry a lot and you wear a hat. If you're somebody who's more like Davey and I, where we're going uphill with these a lot, but we also want something to wear around town, these are an amazing solution. And for me, I'm Embark. For Davey,
I like the Ventures. I think these are a nice, clean, cool pair of glasses. You take all the adventure features off and you're just left with the crisp, clean pair of shades.
but I think for the right person who's more backcountry, downhill only focused, mountain bike in the summer, snowboarding or skiing in the winter, this is going to be the better solution.
Yeah, this big block lens. If you're a Pit Viper fan, I got a lot of friends that love rocking the Vipers. These will probably be your style. For me personally, I like a little more classic sunglass look, but
Same here.
yeah, overall, I think just the ability to detach the adventure tech and then reattach it when you need it is super clutch.